guys, Flave from Boxing Evolution TV, and I'm just joined in the Skype studio today by future boxing prospect Ohara Davies. How you doing, Ohara?
Fine, thanks. You?
I'm good, thank you. So you look like you're chilled out at home there.
Yeah, I'm at home. I'm just relaxing. I took a day off the gym today because I've been working really hard, so I deserve a rest.
So what's your training schedule like then?
My training schedule, I train 6 days a week for one. I train Monday to Saturday. I take Sundays off, and every day that I go in the gym, like my coach has just got he just got something planned and something laid out for us. I can't really say because it's a secret. It's a secret that makes me so good. So if I have to say it out, then everyone's gonna know.
So if I start doing this secret that you're doing, will I become as good as you?
Yep, you will.
100%.
Okay.
I'll have to give you a cashback hander soon or something. Try and find out. So I mean, how many do you train? Just once a day or twice a day or what?
I train twice a day.
Yeah.
I have my first session in the morning, then in the evening I usually go to the fitness gym, or I go and meet my friends and we go to a different gym, or I'll just take a run or something like that.
Okay, so your amateur record is extremely good, 18-0, unbeaten. Tell me a bit about what got you into boxing.
Boxing. I started off as a street kid. I was one of them gang guys that you find running along the road. I basically got into a lot of trouble. I got arrested for Class A drugs and for GBH, Section 18, and my life was going downhill. And then I started going to a youth club. And in this youth club that I used to go to, they had a boxing coach that would come every Wednesday and do boxing circuits. So I didn't go for the first 2-3 weeks. I didn't like boxing. I didn't like sports because I used to smoke and I wasn't fit. So that was totally not an option for me. And then one day I just thought, okay, let me just go and see what it's all about. So I just got on the gloves and started punching everyone. And from then I just liked hitting people.
Was there something satisfying about punching people?
Yep, very, very. Honestly, there is for me. Like whenever I hit someone, I feel good. I feel good about myself.
Okay, and so from that point, how long was it between then and your first amateur fight?
It's about 7, 8 months. Because the coach I was with at that time, he had me in the gym every day. There was no rest. I couldn't rest whatsoever because he knew what kind of past that I was coming from. He kept me in the gym all the time because he knew that the second that he lets me run wild, I'll be back in the police station, getting arrested for something. So he came and got me every morning, took me to the gym, came back in the evening, and took me to the gym again, and yeah, that was it.
So how did you feel? Do you remember how you felt before that first fight?
I was so nervous. I remember before the fight, I was talking trash because I've always talked how I talk now, but just that now I'm a lot more confident. But I've always been saying, I'm gonna beat this guy easily, blah blah blah. But as soon as that day came, and then I was in the change room getting ready for the fight, I've never been so afraid in my life. Because I remember getting to the venue, and then I saw some guys that were fighting, and they were knocking each other out. They could hit hard. Like they were really, really, really whacking each other, and I just said to myself, if I'm in with someone like this, then I better not fight. So I'm just in the change room, afraid, scared to death. But the fight came, and I stopped him in the second round.
And how did that feel?
The best feeling ever.
Okay, and I suppose on that day, did you think from that day onwards that you were gonna progress in boxing, or was it still a while?
No, from that day, I knew I could be good at boxing. I knew I could be something good at this. So, and I just wanted to feel how I feel as soon as I won, because to win a fight is the best feeling ever. I just wanted that feeling over and over again. So I just worked harder and worked harder. And
what feels better, knocking someone out or smoking a spliff?
Knocking someone out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say boxing's the best drug, don't they?
It is. It is.
I think definitely, the high and the feeling you get, the rush you get when you land a good punch on someone, definitely outdoes any buzz you get from any drug. And the good point is there's no downside from it, is there?
No, there's none.
So you went on and you know, you went on to have another 17 fights, and you've won all of them.
Mhm.
Anyone who was your particularly most memorable person to fight in the amateurs?
Yeah. When I fought Joshua Nelson in the London novice finals, I gave him a standing count on the first punch of the fight, and
Yeah.
then he gave me a standing count straight afterwards. Straight after, I gave him a standing count, and then I said to myself, "Yeah, I'm gonna knock him out now." The next thing I know, I'm just trying to knock him out, and I just got hit, and I was dazed. I took a standing count. I didn't go down, but I took a standing count, and I won the fight.
Okay, well that's good. That sounds like he was a tougher opponent anyway. So I
Mhm.
mean, what made you then want to transition into professional boxing?
The only thing was is that the amateurs I wasn't getting treated right. In 2012, I had 11 fights that year. I fought once every 2 weeks for 6 months. I had 11 fights. That's what I like. I like fighting often. And then I built up such a buzz that in 2013, I couldn't get no fights. I
Yeah,
only fought in 2013. I fought twice, and I couldn't get no fights. People always say, in the amateurs that well, I can get you fights. Every club was saying that they could get me fights. But I was fighting for the Repton, and they're known for getting everyone fights. But I couldn't get any fights because of the record that I had, that no one wanted to fight me. Then, so I ended up fighting for Ghana, internationally for Ghana. And against Benin, I fought for Ghana in Ghana. And then what happened, I won that, everything was going good. And then they promised us to go to the World Games. So when it was time for us to go to the World Games, they lied and said how the money hadn't come through. What I personally think happened is that the money came through, but they kept it for themselves. Because
yeah,
to fight in the World Games is that they got to pay for our flights and they got to pay us for being there. If you win, you got to get a bonus,
yeah.
and that's a lot of money. And you know how these guys are. So they kept it for themselves and they tried to lie to us and say that the money hadn't come through. But I'm not stupid. I knew that. So that was from that day. I said to myself, I'm not fighting for this country ever again in my life.
Yeah.
And I came back to the UK. I couldn't get no fights under Repton. So I said, I'm not just going to train and not fight. Let me go pro. And I'll be getting paid to knock someone out this time.
Well, it definitely seems like the right decision based on your, you know, your current record and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
basically, what do you know about your opponent for the April the 19th?
I know two things. Well, I forgot one of them. I knew his name. I saw it on my box rec. I think it's Iris something. The other thing that I know about him is that I'm going to knock him out. That's what I know. That's all I know about him.
That's all you need to know, yeah?
Yeah, I saw one of his fights. I watched it for about 30 seconds and I turned it off. I had to watch some Floyd. I just put Floyd back on.
Yeah.
I was watching a Floyd fight and I thought, well, let me just see this guy that I'm fighting. I watched 30 seconds of it. That was the worst 30 seconds of my life.
Yeah, so definitely
Yeah.
no concern there. No need to carry on watching that.
No concern whatsoever.
Okay, well, I like the confidence there, and I suppose sometimes you can just tell within seconds of looking at someone whether you can beat them or not. And I guess it will remains to be seen on the night then, doesn't it? Maybe you know, hopefully you didn't watch. I mean, hopefully you watched enough of him. But no, I'm pretty confident that you'll do the job. So I noticed that you were out on the Mayweather gym. Do you want to tell me a bit about
that? Yeah, I've been to the Flave gym twice now. Me and my coach and the other fighters that he trains. We all went out to Las Vegas to go and train. For me, it was an experience. I liked the experience. I wanted to go to Flave gym. I've always wanted to go there. He's been the fighter that I've been watching from when I started boxing. So to get to meet him, me and Roger went on the pads. I met 50 Cent. I met everyone in Vegas. And I sparred a lot of the pro boxers, amateur boxers. I made friends.
Hello, can you hear me? You there?
So it was a good experience.
Yeah.
And being in Flave gym, something that I'll never forget.
Okay, and I mean, did you get to spar the money man himself?
No, I didn't get to spar Floyd. To be honest, that's when Floyd was getting ready for his fight, him and Robert Guerrero. So honestly, there's nothing I can teach Floyd, and there's nothing I'm gonna learn from Floyd because Floyd is so much levels above me at this time. So much levels above me that it's really pointless me sparring him. It'll be a good experience because I could say, yeah, I sparred Floyd, but it's not really going to benefit him or benefit me.
Oh no, of course, but it's just if I was in there, I would just ask him to spar just so I could turn around to people and say, yeah, I've been punched by Floyd.
Yeah.
So do you plan to go back out there at all at any point?
My age,
sorry, mate.
Turn around to people and say, yeah. I said, and the aim that I've got is to turn around to the people and say, yeah, I've won more than Floyd. That's my aim. I'm aiming to be the best ever.
Okay.
I'm aiming to have won more titles than anyone that's been in boxing. That's my aim, really.
And have you told Floyd? Did you tell Floyd this?
No, I haven't told him.
I think you should tell him that next time you go out there. See what he says. So and also I see that you've got a bit of a celebrity following as well.
Mm-hmm.
I see that you've been hanging around with James Argent from the Only Way is Essex a little bit.
Yeah.
And he comes and trains with you.
Yeah. Me and Arj train almost every day. I basically met Arj out in Vegas last time I was out there, and from when we met in Vegas, we had a good time there because he wasn't staying too far from me. So because I'm from the UK, he's from here as well. It was good to meet other people that are from your town. So like we just kept in touch after we got back. We kept in touch. We kept on training together, and now we're good friends. He's introduced me to the other lot on Towie, to his friends that are on Towie, and I'm down Essex a lot of the time now.
So do you think he'd make a good boxer?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, he will. Since the first time that I sparred out in Vegas to the times that we spar now, there's a big improvement. He lost a lot of weight, and the weight is still coming off. And he can punch. If he started boxing from when he was young, I reckon he could be really good. But at the moment, he's looking to get into celebrity boxing.
I'd quite like to see him either against Mark Wright or Joey Essex.
I'd like to see him against Spencer Matthews from Made in Chelsea.
Yeah.
I think he'll knock out Spencer.
Yeah. We need to hype it up. We need to promote it, get it going.
We do, definitely.
And I believe you've got a few of the cast coming down to support you.
Yeah, I've got a few of them. Got about 4 to 5 of them coming down. I've got 2 X Factor finalists that will be coming down, and I've got a good rapper that will be coming down as well. So it's going to be a really good night. A lot of celebrities there. Okay,
so it seems like you will be leading the celebrity lifestyle quite soon.
Yeah, I can't wait for that as well.
So I mean, let's talk a bit of comparison about, you were in gangs, you were involved in crime and stuff like that, smoking ganja, and now you've worked hard and stuff, and you've got a great future boxing career ahead of you, and it looks like things are bright. I mean, how could you ever imagine that things would turn out like this?
Never. To be honest, the vision I had when I was in the hood was, this is honestly the vision I had, to sell a lot of drugs, make a lot of money, and live life. That's the vision that I had. I never thought I'd be an athlete. I never thought I would have met some of the people that I've met. I would have some of the friends that I have. I thought I'm gonna be a drug dealer for the rest of my life. And now everything's all different now. I'm a professional boxer. And I'm about to make more money than I would have if I was a drug dealer. And now, instead of causing death and destruction, I'm now helping to build up youths, other people that are coming from where I was from, and showing them that isn't the way to go, that isn't the way to live your life, that there's a better way to live life. And once I get rich from this boxing stuff, I'm looking to invest in different areas that are not as fortunate as other areas. I want to invest, and I want to be a youth worker, and just to give back to where I came from, because I know how it is to have been in that kind of environment.
Do you ever have young people come and ask you and speak to you and stuff like that?
Yeah, I have that all the time, especially the ones that are coming from where I came from. They ask me how I got out of it, because it isn't easy to get out of that kind of lifestyle. But I just have to say to them is that the way that they think life should be lived isn't how it should be lived. You know, that there's a better way. It's just to find something that you can do, even if it isn't the boxing stuff. Even if you can play football, if you're good on a computer, if you're good at darts, you're good at table tennis, just be the best at whatever you do. Just be the best at anything. Just find one thing and just use your whole life and dedicate your whole life to that one thing, and you'll see how life will change.
I mean, do you think that the drugs, people want to sell drugs because it's a quick, easy way of getting money, and it's a quick, easy way of getting status in their social circles? I mean, what does it take to become successful?
Some people sell drugs because it's a quick, easy way to make money. Other people sell drugs because they can't get no jobs. There's no jobs around here. All the vacancies are taken. You don't really get any jobs around here. Me, I was looking for a job for years. For years, I was looking for jobs. Even before I started selling drugs, I was looking for a job. I couldn't get a job, so what's the only way to make money? Which is to sell drugs. And then the media doesn't help on top. I'll be looking on the TV, I'm seeing people having Bentleys and they got Bentleys and they got Rolexes and they got all of these things. So I'm looking at it thinking that this is what I want, and I can't get a job. So I'm either gonna rob someone or I'm gonna sell drugs for it. That's not a good mindset, but that's the kind of mindset that gets put on the youth of this age.
And I think, a lot of it comes from, TV and seeing things, and they all want that kind of lifestyle, but yet they don't have the means or the capabilities of doing it, or at least they think they don't, so they turn to crime in order to get that. But for you, boxing has been a way out of that. I mean, do you think boxing is something that can help people involved in gangs and gun and knife crime, that it should be a bit more widely promoted?
Yeah, boxing can. Even if someone isn't going to become a professional boxer like me, or they're not going to have fights and all that, they can. It's a good way to let your anger go and to release your anger, because like to go up from the less fortunate part of town where I grew up from. The youth have got a lot of anger in us. We've got a lot of rage and things like that. And fighting or boxing is a good way to let that all out. Even if you're just hitting the pads or you're hitting a bag, you're letting out anger. And that's what a lot of the youths of this age need, is to let out that anger, then find something that you want to do in life.
Do you think boxing is more suitable for these kinds of people than, say, football or another sport?
Yeah, definitely. People around here, we just love fighting. Everywhere you look, or not everywhere now because the area's a bit changed up, but in my time, anywhere you looked, that there'll be a fight, either a knuckle fight, a knife fight, or a gun fight. There was always some sort of violence happening somewhere, and boxing is a violence which put in a sport. So I could knock someone out and not get arrested for it. I could knock someone out and get paid for it now. So, you know what I mean? That's the area that we live in kind of makes us violent people, and the way that we were all brought up in this part of town, it tended to make us violent. And boxing is a loved sport because it's a violent sport, and we're violent people.
Do you think that being able to fight with your fists makes you less likely to use a knife?
Yeah, because only because fighting with my fists, it makes me focus now in life. I'm through the boxing. I found something to do with life. I've got a purpose now. I feel like I've got a purpose. I've got something to focus on. But then, like, before I started the boxing, I had nothing to be focused on. I wasn't looking forward to anything, because there was nothing happening in life. So I can stab someone and not feel no way. If I go to jail, well, I don't care, because I had nothing to look forward to anyway. But now I've got something to look forward to. I can be something in life. That's what I know now that I didn't know years ago. So this is why now, through the boxing, I kind of disconnected myself fully from that life. I fully disconnected myself from that life. Now, even the way that I talk changed, the people that I hang around with changed. the person that I am. I'm a different person
Yeah.
now because I found a purpose in life.
I mean, that is such a great story to hear, you know, and on so many different levels.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for your own personal level, you know, you've made something of life, you've become successful in amateurs, and it looks like you've got a great career ahead of you, you know, so you should be proud of yourself, because it's not easy to do that. It's easy just to remain involved in gangs and sell drugs, and, you know, because it's hard to become successful. But also, you know, and a story for other people as well, and, you know, how you've gone to a community project, and now look where you're going. You know, it's evidence that these community projects do make a difference, and that we need more of them, you know. And also it's a great story for boxing and everything like that as well. So I think, you know, your career is going to play a big role in helping to change the community, as well as, you know, making an impact in the boxing world. So I'm definitely looking forward to the things coming from you. So for anyone that wants to kind of maybe buy tickets off you, or follow you, or see footage of you in action, anything like that, what are your social media links?
For one, I've got a Twitter, which is www.twitter.com/Ohara Davies. If you go on my Twitter and you look on my bio, I've got an email address. If you send an email to the email address, then my manager can even get the tickets sent to your house via bank transfer, or he can come and meet you and give you the tickets by hand. I've got a website, oharadavis.co.uk. You can find me on Facebook, which is Facebook/Ohara Davies. So that's the ways to contact me. But for the tickets for the fight, they would have to email that I've got on my Twitter, or you can message me on Facebook. If I'm online on Facebook, you send me a message, then I could get a ticket sent over to you.
Okay.
And
just want to touch on it quickly. You're training out of Peacock Gyms with Tunde. How's he as a coach? His motto is "Stamina for sale." Is he making you your stamina? Has he sold you some stamina?
Definitely. So he wants me to get in tied April 19th. I believe he's the best coach in the world. He is the best coach in the world, and he's got the best fighters. He's got a few fighters. I'm just the first one now to start fighting. All of the other fighters that he's got, Otto Saba, Junior Saba, he's got his pro license, but he'll be fighting after me. I'll be the first one to start fighting, and they got me. They got Junior Saba, they got Junior Bayo, Anthony Yard. We've got a few other fighters there that are good, and we're all gonna take over the sport of boxing. And my coach is the best coach. That's why he's got the best fighters, and in a few years' time, or a few months' time, it's all going to be evident. Okay, so Team
Tunde is going to smash it onto the boxing scene, is he?
That's right. 100%.
Okay. Well, I don't hope to expect to see you out of breath at all in your fight at any point.
You won't.
I want to see that stamina in action.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, I wish you a nice day, Ohara. It's been a joy to interview you, and just chill out, relax, and then I'll look forward to seeing you on the night, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Anyway, guys, this is Flave from Boxing Evolution TV, future boxing prospect Ohara Davies, over and out.